This is a Gorilla Podcast Network production.
Welcome to the Late Night Potluck Show. Potluck Show. Potluck Show. Potluck Show.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Late Night Potluck Show, episode 26. We're coming at you from the Night Owl Studio, hanging out here with the crew. Real quick, this episode is brought to you by Boldric. Boldric is a line of chef accessories designed by chef for chefs. Owner Ali, a 20-year veteran, chef veteran, made his first knife bag in 2010. It now offers an array of products that are essentials to a chef's day-to-day. At Boldric.com, that's BODRIC.com, you will find beautifully designed leather knife bags, quality knives, aprons, and chef coats. And for those chefs on the go, Boldric has an assorted travel bags. Each of the items are carefully designed for chefs' needs in mind. Visit and shop online at www.boldric.com and follow them online at Instagram at Boldric. Check it out. Yo, these are dope. They got some dope knives, dope chef coats, aprons, all that, man. It's pretty cool. Check that out. And thank you for that sponsorship. Thank you for that. So, Rio, what's on your mind, Rio?
Nothing much, man. I'm still eating a lot of candies at home from Trick or Treat. So other than that, I last Sunday I was with Manny. We checked out the House of Nine in New Haven.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I missed that. Talk about that. How'd that go?
That was good. We tried different dishes that they have, and I asked for the spiciest one. And I said, I ordered this, but Manny, when I order this, you have to try this.
I'm glad you did that because he missed episode 25.
Yeah. So I had him sweating, but he's alive. Thank God.
That's good. V, what's good? What's up going on with you?
I just came from trick or treating tonight. They canceled it in my city, so Nugget Talk said they were gonna do it. I went out there. I saw 2-3 kids. I'm like, I went around the corner. They shut the block down. There was like 400 or 500 people there.
Wow.
Bands outside, liquor for parents, candy for kids.
Jello shots.
Jello shots for real. They had a haunted house. They had all of that. Good time with the kids though.
That's dope. So there was no trick or treaters at your street
No, not at all.
Thursday.
Not even lights on, no decorations. I'm like, what is this? Even we went to Ansonia, there was nothing out there. We went to Naugatuck, everything lit up, balloons. It was like a 40 feet balloon cat. I'm like, we're in the right place.
Yeah, man. Nothing going on with me. The same old shit. We took the kids out trick or treating. We do have some future dates, but we got some time. We'll talk about that maybe next episode. Some events that's coming up that are in the works. Possibly a winter market. Once I have more information, we'll announce that upcoming episode. Also keep an eye out. Our next episode 27, we're gonna have the original crew on site. So it's gonna be a little reunion and our 1 year anniversary. So check that out. I'm excited. Can't wait for that. With all that said, man, let's without further ado, let's join. Let's introduce our guests. My man here, a New Haven native.
That's it. Elm City in the house. Fairhaven, baby, all day.
He owns and operates a food truck known as a carnivore's dream.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's it.
Jose Perez from the meat truck. How you doing?
Doing great, man. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Yo, thank you for having me down. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yo, absolutely, man. It's a little cold outside, but we keep it warm in here with the hot sauce.
We go through this every year, right?
Yeah, it's all good. Some hot sauce and a couple shots here and there. We'll be all right?
It's cuddling weather for the gorditos,
Listen, man, we're in high demand right now.
Yeah.
All you skinny dudes are on the employment line.
Exactly.
All the girls coming for us. We generate our own heat, so we're good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
I hear you got some food. You want to just
Yeah,
jump
we
right in
want
now?
to jump right in. All right. So what I got here is two of my main staples. It's a Cuban sandwich, but it's a different play on a Cuban sandwich. I'm against tradition in some ways.
All right.
So I actually use a ciabatta bread,
Okay.
which is locally made from Ciabazo Bakery on James Street in New Haven. I think bread is something that people overlook in a sandwich, and it's one of the most essential ingredients of a sandwich because ain't nothing worse than eating a nice sandwich with a healthy portion of meat and it falls apart on you. You know what I mean?
It's a vessel.
Absolutely. So the ciabatta holds up. It toasts up real nice. And like my man Dame Drops, he did a review on my food truck. He said you need strong teeth for the sandwich because you get such a nice crisp on it. You know? Yeah. And I do smoked shoulder instead of doing a traditional like mojo style pork.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of ham. Like growing up eating that nasty domestic boiled ham, you know, that your parents used to get because you had no money, right? Until you got that Virginia honey ham when it was on sale on Stop and Shop. So I use bacon.
Okay.
So I use bacon and then traditional Swiss cheese. I make my own half sour pickles. I'm not a big dill pickle guy. I'm not a big dill guy in general. But the half sours are good because they taste like the cucumbers, refreshing.
Right.
So I did a quick pickle on those today. And then I don't do a traditional mustard on it. I do a Dijonnaise type of thing.
Okay.
So it's a mustard mayonnaise type of blend. So I'll bring that out first.
You heard that, V? You got to put your dentures back on.
Yeah, you need some strong teeth. You ain't go to the dentist. Don't eat the sandwich. Nah, hold on. I got all my utensils in my beautiful Louis Vuitton bag over here.
Do we need plates? We got plates.
Nah, yeah, we need napkins if you got napkins.
Estamos jodidos.
Yeah, bro, just use your sleeve. I'm trying to figure out if it's this one or not. Nah, these are the ribs, yo. Hold on, I got ribs for you too, bro.
That's my middle name.
Ribs, that's my favorite thing to cook, man. One of my favorites. Nah, this ain't it neither, yo.
We'll take the
We
ribs,
counting
man.
trays. 1,
Coming through, yo.
2,
Ahí se cayó. Hold on.
3.
This gotta be it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's it. It just hit me.
There we go.
There you go.
Nice and toasted.
Smells good.
Straight up ciabazo, ciabatta bread. Like it's crazy because it's a Cuban bread. Ain't nothing Cuban about it. Honestly, the bread's Italian, right? It's the smoked pulled pork, and then you got French mustard in it. You know what I mean? From the Dijon mustard, whole grain that I use. You guys can dig in, man. Open it up. I cut them on the bias,
Yep.
traditional, like the way they do it down in Miami. You guys can jump in. The mayonnaise has whole grain mustard, mayonnaise, garlic, cilantro, lime, a couple other things in there.
Good.
Yeah, it's fire, man. That's like my kids love this.
Now, what was the? I mean, I know you talked a little bit about it, but what was the inspiration? Because I know you wanted the Cuban, but not the traditional Cuban.
Yeah, my inspiration was I want to make you a sandwich the way I want to eat it.
That's it.
Yeah, you know, and I try to put a little gourmet into it, but I want to make it approachable so that like your average person gonna be like, oh, it's un cubano.
Yeah.
You know, it's still like
Oye, un cubano.
it's un cubano, but un fancy cubano. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's approachable. It's not something that's like, wow, I don't recognize it. You still recognize it. You know what I mean?
There's people that like, when you start fucking around with their recipe, they get upset, right?
They get upset, yeah.
I'm with you, right? Because in
Yeah.
my house, like, I grew up with the rice and beans,
Yeah.
todo dia, every
Every
day.
day you get tired of it.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
like, I like venturing off and adding your own twist.
Yeah.
And to be honest, and I know people this piss people off, but you know,
Yeah.
I've been to Miami and I've had their
Yeah,
the Cubans.
Yeah, from Valencia.
And it wasn't too crazy, It
Yeah.
wasn't,
It's just plain. Like you eat it, and you're like, what's the whole fuss about?
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. My thing
So,
is
yeah.
tripleta, good tripleta.
Tripleta is mint, bro.
So you guys ready to bite into this?
Go get into it, man. Take the Instagram shot. You see what I mean about the bread? Like it holds everything together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's all about the structure of the sandwich. Like you're not biting into it and all the shit's falling out the ass of the sandwich. You know what I mean? You don't get all the way fingers. It's structured.
I was expecting sogginess.
Nah, ain't no sogginess.
And no sogginess.
I'm picking up like a panini style, you know.
Yeah, like a
picking
panini style press. That's why I like the ciabatta bread.
Yo,
Plus, it's a good local. I like to support whatever I can locally, and New Haven has tons of great bakeries, and like my thing that makes that sandwich, I think, is the pickle, because you pick
That's
up
my
the
favorite
freshness.
part right there.
And the sourness of the freshness.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that difference.
Yeah, you go pick up the freshness from it because it offsets all the heavy flavors of the pork and the fattiness of the bacon.
wow.
And I just try to get a play on the textures on it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I like in a sandwich, like there's an explosion of different flavors.
Yeah.
There's a sourness, you feel the bread, the crispness, and then, you know,
Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say now, instead of having to explain, this is a Cuban, but it's not, and having to give the host, have you named it? Have you given it its own name?
I just call it Cuban.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
Like no explanation needed. You
Okay.
read it is what it is.
Yo, 'cause this
Yo,
is-
listen, I started out doing breweries. I did Stony Creek, Two Roads. My people out there are Two Roads. No Worries in Hamden, places out there, Firefly in Bristol. I've been all over with the food truck with breweries. Those people like give the food truck community a place for us to make money.
Yeah, right.
This is the #1 hitter. This one, and I got a Reuben Cuban that I do with pastrami, sauerkraut, Thousand Island. I do very similar to this with the Swiss cheese, the same bread, and the saltiness of the pastrami, dope, bro. It comes out even more.
I've been craving a good pastrami. Yo,
I'm gonna come for that.
you know who does a good job is the roasting company in West Haven.
Oh yeah. Yep,
they
they're
do
real
a good
good.
job. Yeah.
They're real good. They make all that stuff in house too,
In-house, right
which
there.
you gotta respect.
Yeah,
Cats is too in New Haven on the
this is a cat.
on the
in Haven.
Bethany, on the Bethany line or Woodbridge.
So like
Over there.
right after the tunnel, right?
Yeah, it's like 63 or 69, right next to the Starbucks. Those
Yeah,
people,
that one.
those people are fire, bro.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're the
I
truth.
see the billboard there. There's like, oh, I want that. You know,
It's
I love
really
it.
good.
I'm-
It's really good. I'm happy you guys enjoyed
Yo,
that.
this
man.
is bomb.
Oh god.
I gotta take a piece to the wife. Yo, she loves Cubans.
Bro, I got 2 full ones right there, man.
Do we have some hot sauce for this, man?
Yo,
Yo, let me taste your hot sauce, man. Yeah, I hear all this shit about my man's hot sauce. I haven't had none of it, man. I'm waiting for that shit to hit Walmart, man.
yo, how do you like it? Do you like it?
Yeah,
This is,
I want my ass to burn, bro. I want that shit good. Let me see what we got. The Scotch bonnet, sweet and savory, fire roasted.
Go ahead, Rio. Add which one you like.
Yo, this look. I like the logo on this, bro. It's fire. I like
Thank
it.
you. I designed that shit myself. I wasn't even sure if it was gonna work, but up until now, everyone's been telling me, "Yo, this is dope ass."
Let me grab one of these, brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
That's cool, man. Ain't too many people out there making their own hot sauce. Now, how do you grow your own peppers and stuff? Or you,
I wish I've tried. I suck at it. I had better luck this year. It's just we had a lot of rain, so they didn't grow very big. But we have that's our Scotch bond. That's
Dude, I
our
put that
best
on
seller.
everything.
That's good.
My personal
That's like
favorite.
straight up pecan from PR, yeah.
Yeah. But no, we get the peppers from
Yeah.
Park City Harvest, GVI.
that's what's up.
You know, so all local peppers.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, real.
That's what, like, you know what I like doing sometimes too is putting pickled onions in this.
Got a V?
That like offsets it a little bit too, and it gives it a nice acid to it.
What's his name? Paul Cordero. Our boy called Paul.
Paulie. Paul, organic chef Paul. What's up, baby?
Shout out to Paulie.
In the building.
So I got a Cuban from him, and his mustard is infused with that the one you just tried.
That's what's up.
Scotch bonnet.
That's gotta be fire.
Nice.
That's gotta be fire. All this stuff is great, man. You know what? This would be good on some pateles, yo, for real. Or even in the sancocho.
Yes.
In the sancocho, would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, me and Sopa have been
Yo,
collaborating.
this is good right here, man.
That's that.
It's good on some nachos. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is real good.
What's the hot
The mind of the chef, look how he's working. You see it?
It's all,
I see your mind working.
yeah, right, yeah. Like every time you taste something, you taste the flavors, you always try to like
Pair
see,
it up.
yeah, see where it works, where it doesn't work. and then you start breaking it down like automatically. Like, I tasted some of the
I
stuff.
work with some of the
Yeah.
food trucks. You know, like M&M steak.
Yeah, I heard they're fire. Yo. My boy Paulie told me about them dudes. Yeah, I heard they doing.
He's
a good
helped them
job.
out too. Yeah, Paulie's all over the place helping people out.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I make the big bottles for them.
Yeah.
I make them for Paulie, his acoustics.
Yeah.
So yeah, so any food trucks out there wanna
Yo, hit them up.
hit me up.
Hit them up. Yo. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. All right. So you know when you're working in the food industry, you try to like use the same proteins for different things. You know what I mean?
Cost it help, you know. It's
Yeah,
cost effective.
yeah, exactly. So here we have the traditional pulled pork sandwich. Not really traditional because I got the same bread again, but in like a slider roll.
Right.
Usually I use a brioche, but they were out of brioches today because I went too late. I like the egginess and the flavor of the brioche, especially when you toast it. Actually, it tastes like beer. It smells like beer because of the yeast. And I don't give a sandwich out unless it's toasted because it gives it another level of flavor. And I'm all about like flavor profiles, you know. There's nothing worse than going somewhere and just getting a hard roll with no love on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's like a girlfriend you never wanted, but she's just around. All right, so I'm gonna hook these up for you guys, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to you the way I would eat it. Like pulled pork, I'm big into like Carolina style barbecue. Like to me, in America, that's barbecue. Whole hog, vinegar based. That's what I'm into. Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna. My hands are kind of clean, but it's all good. All right, I'll pull this off. You guys gonna eat today, bro. Alright, so I got my barbecue sauce right here. It's like a mixture of Carolinas because some parts of the Carolinas like mustard based, the other one's like vinegar based.
Right.
So I got a combo of both.
Okay.
This is I call it sweet Carolina because it's sweetened with agave. I love agave.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd rather use agave than honey because honey's got a real strong flavor to it.
Right.
And you see how loose it is. It's not super thick. That's exactly how it is in the Carolinas. They'll take this and they'll chop up the pork. And when they do the whole hog, you'll get a little piece of everything, which is what I really like. And the thing is, too, this bread will hold up to all this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get a hard roll or one of them cheap Walmart buns. I think it's gonna fall through. All right, and then I got my baby right here, man. I'm a big coleslaw guy.
All right.
But I'm big on people that give a shit about coleslaw, you know? Like, I think a lot of times you go places, coleslaw's an afterthought.
Yeah.
That's why nobody eats it.
See, it's funny because we are right now in the same channel, same wavelengths, whatever, because I dig the Carolina sauce. Yeah. I love coleslaw. Yeah. I'm like the one weirdo
who eats
that
coleslaw.
loves fucking coleslaw.
So my coleslaw...
I like coleslaw too, man.
In my coleslaw, I got Golden Delicious apples. I got some radicchio, a little bitterness to it. I got cilantro. I put cilantro in as many things as I can. I'm a cilantro freak. And then I do like a mayonnaise vinegar type of dressing on it. Oh my God. And people always eat with their eyes too. So if you make it look pretty. You make it look pretty, people are more apt to eating it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I pick up that you want traditional, sandwiches, but you always say you try not to make it that traditional. Where did that come from?
this is my play on it, you know what I mean? Like you go down south, they're not gonna put cilantro and coleslaw. They don't even know what cilantro is. They don't think it's just grass that a horse ate or some shit like that, you know what I mean? And they're not gonna use this bread ain't cheap, you know what I mean? This ain't like some Walmart shit, even though they do sell it at Walmart, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Like this is local stuff. Like I said, you guys support local folks.
Absolutely, man. We'll talk about that in a little bit. 'Cause I know, I did my research, man, and you talk about hitting up the local barber shop.
Yeah, I hit the local barber shop too, bro.
Local bakeries and the butcher shops, local Italian imports.
Yep. Vinny's Italian imports, brother. You know what? I gotta give you some pickled onions on the side too, bro. Hold on. Don't forget about the pickled onions, bro. Hold on.
Pickled onions. cebolla curtido.
That's it.
These are loaded sandwiches.
No,
Yeah.
this is how I serve them
Yo,
on the food truck, bro.
you said use the word sliders, but there's somewhere in between a fucking. They're bigger than sliders.
Oh, yeah, that's a fat boy slider, bro.
Yeah, that's a fat boy
That's a
slider. I
fat
like
boy
that.
slider. That's it.
He was
I
calling
mean,
this
all
a
sliders
slider,
should
bro.
have this size, man.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's fat boy
It's
season.
a fat boy slider, bro. We gotta keep the skinny girls warm, bro. Shout out to my wife. I love you, baby. Too skinny.
I'll play it safe, man.
Beautiful too. She killed me, man.
All right, thank you.
Oh, let me get my man Dave one. Hold on.
All right, you can have it.
No, I'll hook him up.
Go for it.
Like I love creating like different shit, you know, like
So while you're doing that, man, I want you, when you get a chance, I want you to give this a try. Now, I love that yours is running. My original prototype barbecue sauce was almost as runny as yours.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if people were going to be open to that, right? So I did
nah, especially up north. When people think about barbecue sauce, they think about
molasses. So
KC barbecue or
Baby Ray's.
Bullseye, Sweet Baby Ray's. Listen, Sweet Baby Ray's is good, and that's just $2.
Right.
You can't beat that at all. But you can also doctor that up, yo, and give it your own.
Right.
flavor on it, you know what I mean?
But check this out.
Yeah, bro,
So
I'll check
this
it
is-
out.
That's our
Garlic,
jalapeno
garlic.
garlic. Yep.
You know what? I'm about to try this out, bro.
Yeah. So, you guys are. I was about to say, let's dig in. You guys already fucking halfway through.
This is gonna be an interview with nobody talking.
know,
Just
right?
chewing.
I want to talk, but I'm chewing.
I like this, when the bread absorbs the vinegar of the Carolina sauce. It
Yeah.
takes me to soften it, but you can taste, that vinegar sting.
Yeah, vinegar works real good with pork because
Uh-huh.
of the contrast and the fat and the acid. And then you get the crunch from the slaw. You get all that good stuff in there, man. It's all about that umami, bro. That's what everybody wants is the umami.
Something that's one you get to more, you eat more and more and more.
Yeah, that's it. All right, where's that sauce at? Yeah, man, I'm digging the label, bro. I'm telling you right now. People buy with their eyes too, bro.
Yeah.
And it's different. We got over here.
So
See, like my I got like 10 different barbecue sauces, bro. It's like I'm such a like barbecue like head that anytime I go anywhere or anytime I taste anything, I try to like whatever I like in it, I try to bring back home and introduce to people. But like my interpretation of it, I'm never gonna like exactly hit anything. But if I can get like the gist of it, what I like about it, I'm good with it. And usually, if I like something, like the way I present it to people, like they'll like it as well. Unless that's good. I like it's chunky.
I like the way
Chunky.
you think, bro.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
I like it.
yeah, no shit.
I like
He's a
the garlic.
genius.
I'm not a big fan of pulled pork with a lot of barbecue sauce. And then I did hit my sister lives in Charlotte.
Yeah,
I had one like this, not with the bread though, like you said.
yeah.
And it changed my mind, and you just brought me back to that.
Oh, see
Oh,
now. Yeah, me and you gonna be best friends now, bro. My dad lives in South Carolina, right? He lives in North Myrtle, and like whenever I get a chance to go down there, I go visit Ronnie Scott's, which is like the first barbecue guy to win the James Beard Award. When I went to his joint and I had his ribs, it took me back to when I was 5 years old. My dad cooking on the grill. I can't get that flavor from no other place around here. You just don't get it. Like the way the shit is set up down there, the pits that they have, the wood that they use, and like it's just barbecue's all about love. It's all about giving two shits about what you produce. Now, if you got a pit master that's having a bad day, you're gonna taste it in the food.
Yeah, you will.
You will, 100%. Like you gotta love this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, listen, man, you ain't never gonna be rich. Maybe if you're able to scale everything and to get everything the way you want it, but like this is just it's a life love. It's like having kids, man. You gotta work at it every day and you gotta love to do it. If you don't, you're gonna be a deadbeat dad paying child support. You know what I mean?
There's no love that's grown without pain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they say pain is an investment. You know what I mean? Into your future. So
Yo,
yeah, this is dope, man.
when you get a chance there, because I'm catching you as you're taking a bite there, talk about this pickled onions, man. This has a different taste that I'm used to, right? Because I grew up with pickled onions, and
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to tell your secret,
Nah,
but but yo, this pickled onions is
What else
good.
did you put it on?
Red wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar. I use like a trio of vinegars. Equal part salt, sugar, and a couple seasonings in there. You see the juniper berries. You see like some bay leaves in there, some black pepper.
I love that wine,
Some
red
garlic.
wine.
Like I did this shit this morning. Like if it was sit overnight, and I use a little more red wine vinegar, it would have been even better. But I just like to hit you from different angles with the flavor, you know. So that's what I try to do.
The coleslaw's really good, man. I think that can be a spin-off product of yours, man.
You like
I
the
think-
coleslaw?
Yeah, I like the coleslaw.
Really, that's what I mean. Like you come to my place and you say, "Shit, I want some coleslaw." That's all I want. I'm good. That's why I sell the vegetarians. They're like, "What do you got vegetarian?" The bread and the coleslaw. Yo, I sell coleslaw all the time. $3 like this. It's cheap, bro.
I had a
You know
burger.
$3 for that.
what I mean?
I had a burger that
I ain't trying to get rich. It's just for the love, bro. You know what I mean? Like if I go to the right place, I'll charge you $8. Don't get me wrong. You know? Hey, all day.
Festival, you go to a festival.
Man. Yo, one thing that I did not bring is my empanadas. Now, when I first decided to open up a food truck, I was gonna open up an empanada food truck. I was gonna call it El Empanada, like for the Elm City. Yo, I got these empanadas. No joke. Them shits are like this big, bro. Right? My boy Mikey from Bridgeport, home was like Cagüeña.
okay.
Right. See, I worked in Bridgeport for 10 years, and I became friends with him. Like, he sells me the wrappers that he makes. Because I'm the type of dude, like, if I can't make it any better, I'm going to buy it from you. And then I'm going to put my own spin on it. So what I did with it, I made a barbecue. I did brisket mac and cheese, pulled pork mac and cheese.
I saw that post.
Yo, killer. Like, I cannot keep enough of them on hand. And then I spun it off to the buffalo chicken one that I do, and I put the blue cheese crumbles in it, and people love that shit too, you know.
Oh man, you gotta hit up my boy Republic of Empanadas.
What's that?
He does farmers market right now.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, I know Sopa from a food accelerator that I did last year, and I met Sopa. I met Republic Empanadas. I gotta try to get him on. He's the guy that we ran into at ShareCon. He does. That's what he does. He just does empanadas, but he does
Fires.
all sorts of different. Like you would have never met. Like he's good because we tend to stick to traditional.
Yeah,
Right?
picadillo,
Picadillo, pollo guisado, pizza.
pizza.
Yeah, right. Pizza,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pizza.
yeah.
But no, he puts like cheese and spinach like twist.
Yeah, it's fire. So what kind of style is it? Is it baked? Is it fried? Argentinian
It's baked.
style? Baked?
Baked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dominican do. Dominican do it.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, real good. They're not as big. They're smaller. It's more like to go.
It's all good, yeah.
Right. But no, you gotta check them out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check them out, man.
But yeah, no, these were amazing. Everything about it, like the Carolina sauce,
Yeah.
the coleslaw,
Yeah.
the pickles, onions, everything on point.
That's what's up,
Appreciate
man.
the flavors, the mixing, the sweet, the sour.
Different
Yeah.
layers, all
Yeah,
fucking layers.
even and then the bread holds all that together.
Yeah, you're not getting it all over you. You know what I mean?
True.
You're getting it in your stomach.
The bottom ain't soggy.
Yeah. And it's like you eating a wet mattress at the end of the day sometimes, you know what I mean? This holds up. And that's another thing too when it comes to toasting it. When you toast it, you build a little extra structure to it. You know what I mean? It's a little harder so it won't sog up so much. All right, you ready for my favorite thing?
Let's do it.
Like I love ribs, bro. Like ribs is my shit, yo.
It ain't old meat truck if
Yeah.
there's no ribs, man.
Yo, I even like bad ribs. That's how much I like ribs. Like one of my favorite sandwiches is the McRib growing up, bro. Like I don't even know what it is.
That's a cultural, like There's a whole fan base just on the
Yeah.
fucking.
That McDonald's barbecue sauce is fire. I'm sorry, bro. I know people gonna be like, yo, I lost my barbecue credit with that, but
Yo, I remember when I was
I
young.
don't give a shit, yo. I like it.
When I was a mess, getting drunk and having recreational.
Last weekend.
I remember back in I think with Price Right used to have these Encore microwavable,
Yeah, I'm cool.
the Encore family, the ribs, the boneless ribs.
Yeah,
man. Used
yeah, I
to
know
make
that and the Salisbury steak, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I used to-
That's a fat boy thing, yo. All day.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, let me put these bad boys.
Bam, boom.
Ain't nobody gonna bring more food than the meat truck over here.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go,
This is
bro.
my favorite
Oh, that's looking
restaurant.
good.
You smell that? See, I like when I smoke stuff, I don't kill it with smoke. A lot of people, they overbear the meat with smoke. Like everything will come out tasting like beef jerky. I'm not like that. I like using a combination of charcoal, and a lot of fruit wood. Like I'll use like some
Cherry.
oak and some hickory here and there. But oak is good because the fire will last a while and it burns real good. But I use apple wood. I use pecan and cherry. Cherry gives it a nice like mahogany type of color. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys eat this with no sauce, and then I got this this Oktoberfest passion fruit beer.
Yo, Manny would have loved that.
Yo, usually what I
He
do
gonna
too,
be
I
mad
do
when he sees
I do a spice rum guava barbecue sauce too
Mm.
with Captain Morgan and pata guayaba. Like I'll break the pata guayaba down. Like I love that shit.
Oh,
man.
so there's a lot of things in the past several episodes. Like, there's things I don't like. Like, I don't like pata guayaba. But
Chill, yo, that's a Puerto Rican appetizer, bro.
I used to avoid that
That
shit.
would-
I used to
Ritz
say,
crackers.
guayaba, eso da piojo. I used to- but some of these guests, man, they be surprising me with these flavors, man. They amazing flavors. And unexpected.
Put it in your mouth, bro.
Chill, son, you gotta be like that.
Pause, dude.
Just put it in your mind.
So, you have
Like this is a straight up traditional spare rib, like the whole thing with the rib tips and everything. A lot of people they'll do baby backs, and they'll do St. Louis cut. I like the whole thing, bro. Honestly, and like these are cheap. These are cheaper than the baby backs, and they got more meat. To me, they got more meat, and they got more flavor because they got more fat. And they actually and the rib tip portion is right next to the pork belly, so it's got all that nice like intermuscular fat, and if you cook it right, it cooks right. If you cook it wrong, one part will be overcooked, the other part will be undercooked. You know.
right.
So. Oh, I ain't giving you none of this sauce. Maybe you can get it later. It's all good.
Nice and tender.
See, the way I like to cook ribs is like I don't want them falling off the bone because they're not supposed to fall off the bone. If you fall off the bone, that means they're overcooked. When you bite into the rib, you're supposed to have a nice clean bite with the meat still on it, but you're not supposed to pull it and tug it. So that's what I strive for.
It's funny you say that because in a competition for ribs, if you
Yeah.
overcook like that, they fall off the bone.
Yeah,
You done.
yeah, it's true. But that's the way I try to approach like all my food, as if I'm doing it for competition. Basically, it is competition because you're fighting against everybody else, you know.
Yep.
So I try to stay on top of my game that way all the time, you know. I hope you guys enjoy it. Good.
Finger licking good, man.
My man that
I'm
deep throat
a
that rib over there.
connoisseur.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
So you have you don't have a built-in smoker in the truck?
Yo, all right, go on the Meat Truck Facebook page. Now I built the truck with my father, right? We took a FedEx truck that I bought in Worcester, Mass, from a spot that sells like FedEx trucks that they don't want to use anymore. So I bought a diesel truck, great condition, and me and my dad like built it. You know how we do. Like we ain't paying nobody to build anything. We're gonna build it ourselves. And then we took the same approach to a smoker. Like I was looking online, looking at all the big smoker makers, and I'm like, yo, I'm not spending 10, 12 grand on a smoker. I said, I got like 3 oil tanks that I could pull out and build a smoker out of. And that's exactly what I did. I took a 250-gallon oil tank, and I practiced welding on it. I never welded before, but my welds are straight, but the bolts help it. You know what I mean? So I drilled it through, and I made sure it didn't move with the bolts, and I built the offset smoker. I built a firebox on the side, and I also retrofitted it to take a spit to do to do lechones. And the setup is dope. If you go online, you see it. I bought a trailer from Lowe's, and I mounted a smoker on it. And whenever I do private parties and people hire me to do whole hogs, I'll do it whichever way they want. You want me to smoke it traditional? I'll smoke it traditional. You want me to do it the way I like to do it, like the way we do it in the Caribbean? Season that bad boy up, rotisserie over coals. I'll do it that way too. And I love that. I will never sell that smoker. Like I got a couple other smokers, but that thing's going down to my kids.
Value,
yeah,
right?
Me and my dad built it. Me and my dad built the food truck, and like I said, it's all about passion. It's all about love, and that's
right.
That's what I'm about. What's up?
I hear dad's stories. I love that.
Yeah.
Did he cook or he was just?
Yo, my dad's a dope cook. My dad's a dope cook, right? My mother always tells me that she taught my dad how to cook, right? And my dad would probably, fight that argument, right? He's like, nah. But my dad's a good cook, man. My dad's like the first dude that I saw cooking to let me know it was okay for a guy to cook, But we grew up straight up traditional. We like, okay, my mom's home, she's cooking, my dad's working. When I saw my dad throw down, I'm like, okay, my dad's nasty, man. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. And then I took it from there, and when I was a little kid growing up, I used to watch a lot of public television, and they used to have Jacques Pepin, my man from Canada, Yan Can Cook, with the cleaver skills, right? That's where I learned my knife skills from. I'm nice with a knife because of that, man. And then actually, I used to watch Ciao Italia with Marianne Esposito, because I grew up in Fairhaven in the 80s. There was a lot of Italians before before the Puerto Ricans came through, and that developed my love for cooking, and then it evolved into barbecue once. Like my earliest thought of a barbecue is a pig roast when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I saw that thing hanging in the garage of my uncle's house, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's the nastiest shit I ever seen in my life, right? So when they cook it, I see my uncle go in there and dig the eyeball out and eat it. I'm like, yo, that's actually cool to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, just to see the whole family gathering over the whole barbecue.
Everybody's calling dibs on it.
La oreja, everything. You know what I mean?
Lengua.
And just to have that tradition and the music. I remember that, and I remember Gran Combo singing "A comer pastel, a comer lechon."
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that to me is happiness. That brings me super nostalgic, makes me super nostalgic, and that's how I fell in love with barbecue. That's my career path.
Yeah, see,
me and Meat became best friends. Yeah, that and the little mini Budweisers that my dad used to tell me to go get. The little 6 ounces. Yeah,
we were latchkey kids, man. So parents didn't come home till after.
Yeah.
So my older brother had to take care of some of the responsibilities.
Yeah.
So he did some of the cooking, and he was the first male role model that had no problem cooking. Because there was always jokes about la cocina es para mujeres, the kitchen for the women, But my brother loved it, so I looked up to that.
Yeah.
And then then I fell in love with it, I was in the kitchen, But growing up with Spanish food, I tend to do the same thing, add my own twist. I love learning Italian dishes, Asian dishes.
That's how it was with me. My mom is a real dope cook. Her arroz con andule, I put it up against anybody, right? Her bistec encebollado, her sancocho. Nobody can cook as good as your mom. My mom told me, I used to go in the kitchen and take the pots and pans and bang on them. And I remember those days, yo. That's what's up. And my mom played a big role. Because my mom's like, if you want to eat and I ain't home because I'm working, Like, you gotta cook for yourself. So me and my sisters used to throw down all the time.
Yeah.
We used to make some nasty shit too, man. Like, I don't even know what we used to make, but that's all in like being inventive and trial and error, you know?
What's funny is my mom's from Ecuador.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm half Ecuadorian, half Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
But coming here, living in the Bronx, living in Queens, Brooklyn, so I thought, at least back then, it was all Puerto Ricans, right?
Puerto Rican, yeah.
And she learned, and then marrying a Puerto Rican man, she learned how to cook Puerto Rican food. You know, I don't know my mother to cook an Ecuadorian dish. It's not. That's weird to me.
What, they make papooses, right?
Nah, I don't even know what Ecuadorians eat. To be honest with you,
That's messed up, bro. You got homework tonight.
Yo, ceviche.
Your mom gonna smack you when she sees you.
Matter of fact, you're not gonna leave here till you find
Yo,
it.
Ecuadorians make a good ceviche, but I don't know what else. There's different regions of it. So, the coast, the mountains, and all that shit. But, and my mother, she cooked good as Puerto Rican food.
Yeah, that's what's
Freaking orejita, guineo sancocho, pig ears, with some bananas.
How do you cook pig ears, man?
I don't know.
You cook them until they
With a
soft.
pressure cooker.
Long time.
You cook them until you can chew them. That's it. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, but like I said, she's a product of her environment. You know what I mean? So she adapted, and that's where a lot of things come from too. Whenever you cook anything, you adapt to your environment and you develop. Like, whatever you're gonna present to the public, that's what you do.
Yeah, I guess you meld different experiences.
Yeah.
You ate this and you ate this other thing, like you try to meld it together. It's like maybe this thing's, and you just have to be bold and try it.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
That's true.
you can't be afraid to try. You know,
Sometimes you just have to finish what you cook,
Just
whatever
like-
it tastes, man.
It's like look at the cats, the Koji cats out there in California, merging Korean and Mexican.
Yeah.
Fire, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And it fucking works. I mean, you can looking
can
at
see
it,
how it works, yeah.
like that shit makes fucking perfect sense. You
yeah.
know, and these guys were genius to to go and venture into that. You know,
that's like when I was little, my mom used to make ribs. And you know how they make them, they put them in the oven and they put the bullseye, whatever on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I want my mom's rice and beans, but with my ribs. You know?
Yeah.
With like a traditional rib. And like, to me, that works. Either that or you go to the corner store, you get some nasty open pit barbecue sauce on these boiled ass ribs. You know? I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want some good ribs. You know? The same love you put into the rice and beans, put that into the ribs too. So that's my whole like mindset on stuff like that.
So you went to college. You went to Southern.
Yeah, I went to Southern. Yeah.
You did some and then you worked 9 to 5.
Yeah, I worked after Southern. I was a real estate agent for a while. I was a club promoter. I wanted to open up a club. You know how we are when we're young, stupid. I made a little money. I lost a lot of money too. You know. And then I said, yo, I gotta get legit. So I started working for Sherwin-Williams in Bridgeport, and like one of the best jobs I ever had. That company's awesome. Like man, they treated me well. Like I fit perfectly into Bridgeport, with a large like Hispanic community and a large like Brazilian and Portuguese community. I made a lot of good connections.
So you were always in Pantanal around the corner.
No, Pantanal. I was always in Umanel's with the Portuguese, Testos with the Italianos.
Yo, they make it fly as good as
Yo.
paella.
Yo, no, I like the steak Portuguese style.
Churrasco.
With the fried egg, with the fried egg and the potatoes and the garlic sauce.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fire. We used to go. Me and my cousin Brian used to go there all the time after work and get the little cheap wine that they give you, the mug wine that comes from the box. It was like $3, you know, and it's real good, man. And listen, I learned a lot from the Brazilians too when they used to invite me over to the backyard and they used to do the barbecues. They got this dope like rock salt seasoning that they put on the steaks.
Yeah,
fire, bro. It's good. Those people know what they're doing, bro. When it comes to barbecuing.
Yeah, there's a guy I follow on YouTube, Brazilian dude, Goji or Gogu steaks. Yeah. And so he does the steaks. Yeah. But it's like, and you know who I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
The bald-headed dude. Oh man, this dude, and he's hilarious. But he does all different methods of cooking steaks.
He compares them, right?
Yeah, and he does taste it. He has a nephew that he has but he's got so much videos, like how much different ways can you fucking cook a steak, you know?
Yeah,
But hey,
yeah.
man, it's a cool channel.
That's it.
What made you make that leap? Because again, you know, you went to college. You know, these days, like, you know, I talk to my kids like, you know, you want to go to college, go ahead, but I'm not gonna push you to go to college.
No, my mom always said like she busted her ass being a CNA for 30 years, and she's like, I'm gonna put you through college, and you gonna get into college. Like I was always a good student, but I never like tried 100%. I just for some reason it just sank into me, and I always had good grades.
Right.
But when my freshman year in college, it was like a rude awakening. I'm like, I gotta read how many books? I gotta do this, how many hours of homework? And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do it, man. It's a 4-year like vacation basically. And it's a great learning experience because it teaches you how to interact with people who aren't the same as you are.
Right.
I met one of my best friends in my life, like going to college, and I'll never regret it. I made so many great relationships in college, and it gives you a good foundation for your future, you know. Then from there, like I said, I went to Sherwin-Williams, and then I was talking to a coworker of mine, and it's Tony Jacobacci. What up, Tone? He's a great guy, man. Like he's a hustler. He's from Bridgeport. Like salt of the earth type of guy, and he also loved to cook too. So what we used to do like breakfasts for the contractors in the morning. So I actually built a little kitchen in the back of the store.
Okay.
I had a refrigerator, I had a little flat top, and I used to make all the guys like breakfast sandwiches. So that evolved to like, okay, let me go marinate some chicken thighs and do a little like teriyaki steak or chicken. And then everybody used to come in, and we used to sell them stuff like, oh, we got these brushes for sale. Here, have a sandwich, have this and that. So it became something like, yo, maybe I could do this, right? And I always loved to cook. But then one day I was sitting with Tony, and he's like, listen, man, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. Like, life is short. Like, if you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Like you got kids, but you're still young. Like, you got a beautiful family. Like if you're able to do it, just go ahead and do it. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm like, I don't want to sit here in 20 years. Like I gave my whole life to a company. Right. That's why I'm like, people have to strive and do what's good for them. Cause like you basically giving up your life for a company. At the end of the day, you ain't nothing but a damn number. Right. You're replaceable like batteries on a remote control. It doesn't matter, you know. Yep. So I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You could quit. They could get rid of you. They'll put somebody else.
They don't give a shit, bro. You're only as good as like your production. If you can't produce anymore, you get replaced. Right. You know. So I'm like, yeah. I set up a plan in my head and saved the money, and then I just started like researching online how to build your food truck, how to build your food truck business, and all the fees and all the permits and everything. And that's it. And one day you just gotta say, shit, forget it. Let's just go do it. But the thing is, it ain't easy with kids neither. It ain't easy with kids, a wife, and a house.
Everybody gotta eat.
Everybody gotta eat. So my wife was like, you can go ahead and do it, but you gotta make sure we're okay. Yeah. So my wife was always by my side, and she's super supportive. What up, babe? Love you. Right. And
shout
then
out to your wife.
That's it. Beatrice Perez.
Shout out to Beatrice Perez.
That's it, baby.
Shout out to you. Shout out.
Yeah, my wife a hustler too, man. She out there taking pictures, y'all. Dope pictures too. Reflections by B on Instagram. Okay. She doing the fall special right now.
I think I follow her.
Oh, you do?
I'm a photographer too, so that's why.
Yeah, but my wife is dope with what she does, man. She took her hobby and she made it into a little side hustle.
Nice.
You know, it's good for buying TVs because that's what we're gonna do after tomorrow. Yeah, but yeah, she said like I'll support you 100% because she knows I'm passionate and I'm hard headed, you know. So if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like nobody's gonna stop me.
You know? Talk about some of those challenges that you faced.
Like financial challenges. Like the truck sucks up so much money. Anything and everything will go wrong with it. Like you have to think about everything. The propane tank, the propane line, your brakes, the gas, the water, the health inspector, the permits here. Every city's a new permit. Every city's $500, $250 for the health inspector, $250 for your health department permit, taxes for the state.
So you don't see any profit.
Everything.
So
I could honestly tell you that you gotta be out of your damn mind to do something like that. Yeah. But that's where the passion comes in. You can't half-ass something like that. It's like, you know, this is the way I equate it. It's like if you're a regular dude, right, and you want to jump into the octagon with a trained killer, right, you gonna get your ass whooped fast. I don't care how much heart you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where you got to train yourself. You got to condition yourself to be like, okay, these are the challenges I'm going to face. Yo, I wanted to quit building the truck. Like, I was like, how come this ain't working? You know, but it's just being persistent and having the support system around you to keep encouraging you, because you can have all the mental fortitude to do it, but sometimes like you lose it, bro.
Yeah.
Like you lose it. You need somebody to talk
keep
to.
you
Like,
sane.
I mean, shit, babe, man, this shit's hard, right? And you don't expect it to be like, you know what? It's okay though. You're doing what you love, and I got your back, and that's what she did.
Yo, I get goosebumps, right? Think about that, because
Yo.
like, yo,
Yeah.
it's just when you're doing this shit on your own. I mean, yeah, there's people who probably could do it, but nah, man, like you lose your mind. And some of these people, you know, sometimes it's your wife, sometimes your parents, or sometimes your brothers or whatever. But there's somebody that can push you and just keep you sane.
Yeah, and that's why it's important for you, before you do anything like that, to have everything in line. Okay, do I have a mentor? Do I have somebody I can bounce things off of? That's where Paulie came in too, because I met Paulie on the street in downtown, and I'm like, yo, I found my culinary brother over here, you know. So I used to bounce ideas off of him, and the dude's super positive. He's like, I'm the most optimistic person in the world. At this level, oh, he's in outer space. The dude thinks he's gonna take over the world. But you need that though.
Yeah.
You need that.
He's straight up. He'll tell you what he.
No, he don't like. I get my like. Sometimes you just gotta be a straight shooter, and that's what makes him so good too. But then sometimes you gotta say to yourself, you know what? I don't have a background in this. I need to get educated on this. So you gotta do your research. And you know what? If you gotta go work in the kitchen for free, just to learn how shit is, just do it. Because it's a free education. Like, go wash some damn dishes. Yeah. Like, listen, man, I ain't afraid to wash anything. I spent countless hours washing dishes.
Yeah, I was reading the Hartford Courant, and I remember you saying you spent 8 to 10 hours.
Yo, like, honestly, like, having your own food truck or having any business that you own, it's you gotta have a sense of urgency at all times. Your mind does not stop running. Even when you sleep, you're constantly thinking like, I gotta get up, I gotta run to Restaurant Depot before I take the kids to school. I gotta make sure they got this. Oh shit, they don't got the French fries I need, or they don't got this, they don't got that. Okay, where do I go next? Who has it? Oh, Price Right man have it. Shout out to Price Right.
Having this network like Paulie or whoever.
Yeah, you gotta set things up for you to be successful. If not, if you're stupid, don't do it. I'm sorry. If you ain't a hustler, don't do it. I'm sorry.
It's not for everybody.
Say that again.
If you stupid, don't do it.
For real.
I'll get that on the fucking shirt. If you stupid, don't do it.
Yeah. It's true.
That's like a tagline.
It's true, because you gotta fight for what you want, bro. Yeah. Like, I'll tell you right now, in New Haven, before they instituted the vending space permit, because now they charge per space. Before it was a free for all. Whatever was open, you can go ahead and park. Yo, I only got to a fight with this old dude, right? Because he was like, yo, that's my spot. I'm like, yo, I parked here. This is my spot right now. Yeah. First come, first serve. Yeah. No, this is not. I said, no, bro, my family got to eat, man. I got 3 little kids at the house. I'm trying to, like, I just spent $500 getting everything ready. Yeah. And we're gonna throw down, bro. No, for real. I don't care. I'll beat your old ass right now. I don't give a shit. I said, my kids got to eat. If I don't come home with money to pay the mortgage or to give my wife the Comcast bill or for the car insurance, like, you got to eat. That's the way it is. You gotta be a hustler. You gotta start thinking outside the box. You gotta think about plan A, plan B, plan C, plan Z. You gotta think about any different way.
If this doesn't work out,
you have to. If you're not that way, don't bother doing it. Go work for somebody.
Yeah. The truck has been how many years now?
It's gonna be 6 years.
6 years. Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be 6 years, and like a lot of people will question, like, they don't see me out a lot, or they don't see me like on Facebook and Instagram a lot, or on the streets. Like, I scale back a lot. Like, I won't do nothing unless it's guaranteed money. Okay. I learned that because there ain't no money on the streets.
Trying to be efficient.
Yo, Connecticut, honest to God, bro, unless you're in a big populated area, the numbers just don't match. Like, you're putting up all this dough, unless you got a city that's crazy. Like Stanford, you make money. Like, you ain't gonna be like rolling the dough, but you got the influx of people. Yeah. Like, New Haven is straight, but you gotta watch your costs. Like, if you're not hustling and doing 2 or 3 things on a daily basis, if you're just planning like, let me park my car here for 4 hours, you gotta say, okay, let me park my car here for lunch and then hit the brewery in the afternoon if I can make money.
We had a few episodes back, quite a few episodes. excuse me, Hector from Eminem Steaks, he talked about that. He goes, his ultimate goal is to have a constant, private parties.
That's no joke. That's the only way you make money. Because you know why? You know what you're putting in. You know what you're getting back.
You get a number of head count. You know what to buy.
The most money I ever made was doing private parties for a brewery. It was like 5 G's, and it took me 2 hours. And I hired everybody I had that were around me. I said, bro, I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
You be with me for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't gonna get $100 in 2 hours from nobody. I said, I just want you to sit there and watch the mac and cheese, make sure it don't burn, or help me break down this pig.
Next time
And it was, honestly, guy, it was the easiest money I ever made in my life. Yeah. I also did a job for some folks out there in Mystic on some little island in Mystic.
Yeah.
And the girl, all she wanted was French fries, because I make these dope French fries with my dry rub on them. She's like, well, I want French fries. I'm like, you want French fries? I ain't going out there for no damn French fries. She's like, okay, how much? I'm like, I threw her a number. Okay, I'm good with that. 2 hours, and I was mint. And then after that, I just went home and got ready for the next day.
Just swimming in French fries.
Yeah, swimming in French fries. But that's how you make your money, though. You make your money by being smart about it. Do corporate catering. Make drop off. Okay, what do you guys need? Oh, here, boom, bam, there you go.
Yeah, you prepare it, drop it off.
Yeah, easy. Private party on Saturday. I got one early Saturday morning, or I can fit another one Saturday afternoon. Sunday, the same thing. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. If you can piggyback off each other on that day, you can make money. You can make good money too. You can make money as long as you minimize your expenses. And if you can buy in bulk and you got some place you can store stuff, that's how you save. That's how you make money too.
Talk about your menu, because I know you started off with when you first hit the streets. You of course, and this is a mistake that a lot of us do. Open up a restaurant, food truck, shit. Like we want to fucking cook up. We look like a diner and shit with fucking 4 or 5 pages in our menu.
Menu's like 18 things long. Yeah, right. You got I remember my first day I opened up. My buddy owned a gas station on the corner of it was a Shell gas station on Quinnipiac Avenue and Route 80 in New Haven. Like, it's straight. Don't get me wrong, tons of traffic. But it's like, I was like, okay, my first day, it was July 5th, 2000, I think, I don't even know, 2000 something, 15, 16, whatever 6 years is, right? I made crazy
I got my notes. I got 2014.
2014, yeah. Yo, I made crazy shit. Yo, I made like 15 racks of ribs, like 5 panilas. Like, I had bread to feed like all the homeless people in Connecticut, bro, for real. Yo, and I made $150. Oh my God, bro. It was like my heart sank. I'm like, wow.
And not only that, now you have to figure out what to do with all the stuff.
Yeah, and barbecue is all about freshness. It's all about what you got for this. You can't like freeze it and reheat it the next day. Like, certain things you could probably get away with. Don't get me wrong, or repurpose it into something else, like a chili or like, that's why I did the empanadas too, because I would take the pulled pork and mix it with some other stuff. Yeah. But you learn that quick, man. And remember, I went into this with like no like official restaurant experience.
Right.
Like when I was in college, I used to cook like dinners for my sister's job, and I used to sell them. And that's all I had. But I learned quick, man. I learned real quick.
Our buddy over there, man, we showing up. He just launched his stand at the farmers market this summer.
That's what's up. I seen it.
I did the thing. I bought mad bread. I didn't even go through half of it.
Yeah, no, that's how it is, though, man.
He loaded up the truck, man. We called them Junco 37 and shit.
I had everything. I even had employees.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You're better off to see. One of my biggest fears is to not be prepared.
Word.
And I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. You know. So
you made a common mistake, a normal mistake, and you learn from it.
You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You can't get thrown off by all the mistakes. You gotta learn from them.
It's key that you have to be adaptable, right? Because some people swear they're fucking the bomb.
Nah, you can't have no ego.
Yeah,
it's like life. It'll kick you right in the balls.
You ever watch those episodes of Nightmare Kitchen? Is it or Hattup?
Yeah.
Fucking Chef Gordon Ramsay come in there and tell you how to do shit, and they're so fucking stubborn. They don't want to change.
They know their shit, man. Like, those people ain't calling you out for no reason. Because they see things that the average person doesn't see, you know?
You are also part of Dame's team. Talk about that.
Yeah, my man Dame Drop. Shout out to the Food Titan.
Shout out.
Yeah, Dame's a cool dude, man. Dame, I met him at one of his dining with Dame, and he did one at in Plan B in Milford like a while back.
Okay.
So I went over there, and you know, I get along with everybody, so I started talking and started shooting the shit, and then one of his people there, Dana Cooks, if you follow her on Instagram. I started talking to her and
shout out to Dana.
Dana, that's it. She hitting that keto life right now.
Who is also friends with Paulie. Fucking Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie know everybody, bro. Paulie know everybody, bro. But yeah, like I met her, I talked to her about a food truck, and then she mentioned it to Dame, and Dame was like, yeah, I'll come by one day. Like a year later, the dude showed up. I got a random, like, no joke, it was like 2 days after New Year's, and I was at Two Rows, and he did a food review inside my food truck, and he loved it. Like, he actually did it like in the driver's seat when we were like killing the line, you know what I mean? So he had the Reuben Cuban, and he had my my loaded cheese fries. If you go on Dame Drops right now, you can go and look up Dame with the meat truck, and you can see the review. And yeah, we became mad friends after that. Similar interests, of course, you know, and it's just sometimes you mesh with people.
You hit it off.
And my man's a hustler. He's got the game on a different level right now.
Yeah.
Like, the dude put me in his book, the book that he
Right.
wrote like 2 years ago. He put me in there. He shows a lot of love to local folks here in Connecticut, and like you can't talk shit about that man.
Right.
That man started like he was working at CarMax at Lowe's, and he said, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna do food reviews in my car. He did that one for Five Guys, and it just took off. That's what I mean. You can't be afraid to take that jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do they say? The best view is from the edge. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta get up there and look and say, wow. And like, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, look. He's a prime example.
Yeah.
He had no food experience. Like, he can't cook for shit. You ask him to cook, he ain't cooking for you. Nope. But he'll tell you if that stuff is trash or not. You know.
Yeah.
And that's.
And
That's
people
dope.
take his word for it. Our friend Eric Felito from the Tasty Yolk, you know, he put him in his book.
Yeah, they're fire, bro. Yeah, they're real fire.
He put him in his book, and you know, he right away,
Yeah.
people were visiting from fucking Maryland to fucking
Yeah.
have fucking bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah,
Well, not
dude.
just the bacon, egg, and cheese,
Yeah.
but you know, so yeah, no, people, you know, they love Dame and they take his word.
No, he's a big personality, man. He's so good at what he does. You know, he took me over to the Big E to do a tasting of the Big E.
I was about to mention that you guys.
He took a whole crew over there, all his boys, and you know, the dude's like a professional. He's nice. Sometimes when I see him when the camera turns on, I'm like, I try. Like, you just gotta get used to it, I guess, right? So but he's really good at what he does, and I appreciate everything he did for me, and our continued friendship, which is really dope. And he's a good dude, and I appreciate all the love he's shown me and everybody else in Connecticut, which is pretty dope because a lot of people don't do that, you know.
Yeah, we had a comedian Chris Clark here a few weeks
That's my
ago.
boy too, man. I met through him. Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
So I did.
Shout out to Chris.
Chris,
funny dude right there.
Funny dude. Yeah, we went to his show, his going away show.
Oh, at the Bijou Square, right? Yeah. How was that? Good.
Yo, this shit was crazy.
It
It was crazy. Yeah,
That's what's up.
Even those, there was a few guys out there that kind of like bombed. You know? but that shit was hilarious on its own, right?
Shout out to the bombs.
But I ran into of course, because he's hosting Dames.
Yeah.
They allowed me to set up my table, put some sauce out there.
You gotta get him up here.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Dana. We probably get Dana in here too.
Yeah,
and shit.
Dana's good too, man. Dana got a dope story. Yeah, she good, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. I'll be reaching out to
Shout
you.
out to Natty Ice too, bro. This seltzer's on fire.
Yeah.
This segment is brought to you by Natty Ice. Hitting up the seltzers is really good. It's actually better than White Claw.
White Claw. Yeah, you gotta wear Uggs for White Claw.
Yeah, chill. Yeah, I drink White Claw, bro. I'm wearing Tim's too with a fitted, bro.
So, man, do you have any shout outs or any upcoming events?
Like right now, like I told you, I scaled back the truck a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm actually messing with Bear's Barbecue, like from Hartford.
Hartford.
Yeah, from Hartford. No, they started up in Windsor, South Windsor, Hartford, and I called wind that they were gonna open up a barbecue joint in New Haven.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm like, yo, where they gonna open it up? And they said, they gonna open up in Fairhaven. I'm like, ain't nobody coming to New Haven and opening up a barbecue joint in my backyard, and I ain't gonna be a part of it. So we linked up, and like those people, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I like this to me. Like, it's a free learning experience on how to mass produce barbecue, and the way everything is done is like I told you. I like to learn. Like I like to learn and I like to observe. And their style of barbecue is Kansas City style, so they do a lot of brisket, a lot of burnt ends, and they also do. It's basically Kansas City style, kind of like a hybrid of Texas and the Carolinas, because they have beef and import. Well, those people are like they're dope, man. They're doing a great job in New Haven, and I'm happy to be a part of that right now. And I'm taking everything that I see and learning from it to eventually adapt it to something that I want to knock out the box. Like I know people don't like hearing like, oh, what your future plans are, but for right now, like those people are meant with me. Like, I ride with them all day.
Yeah,
like,
I've been there a couple of times.
Like, yo, you gotta go when I'm there, bro.
That's a good spot.
You gotta go when I'm. Yeah, it's a dope, not little. It's a big spot, bro.
Yeah, it is a big spot.
Shoot me a DM, me, text
through.
me. You got my number.
Come through, man. Do some video over there. I'll give you the VIP treatment. I'll show you the outside amphitheater they got over there. The beer garden. The beer garden is dope. Shout out to Jason and Tom from Black Hawk Brewery. Those guys make unbelievable beer, like, and they have a passion for it, and they do a real good job. When we brew in house, they brew in house and stuff. But I can't say nothing but good things about them and all that stuff I've learned, because I listen. Like eventually, that's my dream too, to open up something crazy like that. Yeah. But like I always said this from the beginning, you can't jump into something without being prepared. Yeah. So I'm learning so much, and just to seeing like all the things behind the scene that you would normally not see. Like it's crazy. It like there's so many things like when it comes to human resources and getting all your recipes in line and getting all your systems in place, to your checks and balances and everything like that. Like it's so
that's
much stuff.
Key. A lot of people overlook that shit.
Yeah,
they just worrying about cooking. They just cook.
Like you can have a passion and be stupid and lose all your money. Yeah. But you gotta be smart and passionate and watch your money, cause nobody's gonna do it for you.
Yo, I'm looking for an accountant to work for free. Hit me up.
Let's go. Hit me up too, man. I want that accountant Trump got, man. Yeah. The dude ain't paying no taxes in New York.
So I pick it up that you're not in a rush to jumping in something. You try to learn it along the way.
No, like I have a sense of urgency. Okay. Like I have a time frame in mind, but at the same time, like I got a young family. I ain't gonna be stupid and sacrifice. I will, because my wife knows how I am. Like the minute I see, listen, the key to success is being prepared for opportunity. Right? I think we all can agree on that.
Absolutely.
And I like just when the right situation comes along, is what it is. And sometimes you get opportunities that you won't even know exist, like the one with Bears right now. Right. Like that just came out the blue. I'm like,
sometimes it just falls into you.
It's sometimes you fall. Like, listen, I got no ego when it comes to barbecue. Like, in learning in the culinary trade. Like, I have no ego. Like, I'm just a sponge. I'll absorb anything. Yeah. Same thing too with my man Attilio from Cast Iron Chop House in New Haven. They had Marissa's over here in Trumbull for years. Like, I've always loved steakhouses. I said, maybe one day I want to open up a steakhouse. I'm the meat guy, you know what I mean? I'm not just the barbecue guy, I'm the meat guy. So when I saw he was starting a steakhouse in New Haven, which was lacking, I jumped on board with him, and that's my man right there. He taught me so much stuff, too. I learned from him.
That's dope.
And you guys got to go check it out. This dude's got a 4-pound porterhouse that can feed 50
for the record,
people.
you were willing to do this with no pay, as long as you were...
Well, listen.
Slow down, Dave.
No pay. Listen, I would do it, but I ain't gonna do it because I got kids to feed. But yo, I would do it, bro. Yeah. Like, no joke, I would. Like, I've done tons of stuff like on my spare time just to help out.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't even. It's just to learn. Like, just learning how to fixing an oven that's broken, or like cleaning a stove that's jacked up, or cleaning a dishwasher, fixing a dishwasher. You know what I mean? Or unclogging a sink in the bathroom. Like anything. Just like learning even how to be at the bar. Like learning every aspect of the restaurant business. Like that's what people need to, like, if you want to learn something, humble yourself and just go and do it. And like be You gotta be the bottom feeder. You can't be on the top. You can't be the guy running
earn
everything.
it.
You gotta earn it.
Yeah.
And in the restaurant industry, it's all about respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't go in there, I got a degree in this. I went to culinary school. Yo, dudes with culinary school ain't even cooking, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the corniest dudes out there. I'm sorry, all the dudes that went to culinary school that you got a heart. But the dudes that I met, bro, those are the dudes that get, like, into beefs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They walk around, I went to Lincoln Tech, or I went to the Culinary Institute of America. I'm like, shut up. Nobody wants to hear about that. And then you put them on the line, forget about it. They fold. They fold, bro. They start sweating on behind, this and that. And you looking at him, I'm like, oh, shut up. Just come on, hurry up.
Yeah.
You can't even cook mashed potatoes correctly, or they start burning shit here and there. I'm like, nah, come on, man. Get off the line, bro. Get off the line. Don't come with that crap, bro. And that's
if you're stupid, don't do it.
Yeah, if stupid, don't do it. You can't even wash dishes right, man.
Day, man.
Some of these dudes can't even wash dishes right. Going in, they still got all this shit from the day before. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So Jose, how they following you? How can they follow you?
Instagram, Facebook, the Meat Truck. Both on Facebook and Instagram. I don't really rock with Twitter too much, but I do got a Twitter. Snapchat, I still don't know how to do that.
Estamos viejo.
I tried, man, viejo. Yeah, like just hit me up. See all my travels. Like, I like to travel a lot, and I like to just experience like all different types of like experiences, culinary, steaks, barbecuing, and I always put stuff up on the social media. And like I said, I like to do that because then I like to bring the flavors back and use them in my recipes and stuff. So yeah.
So listen, man. Those who listen tonight, man, this food was bomb. So definitely follow him. And
hit me up.
Stay in touch or updated with all his locations, because this shit was right.
Yeah.
Rio, how can they follow you?
Follow me at Love the Cake Snacks and at Spice Action.
Anything going on? Any upcoming events?
Just follow me, not yet sure. So watch out on Instagram.
V, what's going on?
No. Not much. Well, a lot of much. I just became the executive chef for Calvary St. George, feeding a soup kitchen.
Nice.
Feed 150 people every Thursday.
That's what's up.
So, my second week. Looking forward to many different recipes, trying them out.
No, you need help? Hit me up, bro.
Trust me,
For real.
You need help?
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
They get volunteers and stuff like that, but me and Leslie plan the menu. We got to work around with a budget, so definitely learning experience for me.
I'll be talking to you later, because we like to, especially this time of year, Thanksgiving, the holiday season. Yeah. We like to give back.
Yo, I'll help out.
Even my kids,
bro.
man. If you need like somebody serving.
I got
food.
some lazy ass kids to bring over there, bro. I'll put them to work. They can wash some dishes. Yep, that's what's up. I appreciate the opportunity of coming down here and meeting you guys. You guys are good folks, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for feeding us and for sharing your story. Yo.
No, all day, man.
So this is Dave. Follow me at Dave's Angry Sauce on Facebook and Instagram. Check the website out, www.davesangry.sauce.com. Also, don't forget to follow Latenight Potluck Show on Instagram and Facebook. Check the website, Late Night Potluck. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
That's it.
And thank you, Boldric, for sponsoring this show. Peace. Good night.
Thanks for listening.
Be sure to join us next time.
This is a Gorilla Podcast Network production.